Thus far, this is going to be 3rd and 13. They go play action now. Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They start on the ground with Geis. Gets it up past the 10 with a nice move. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Josh Doxson's got it complete. Touchdown, Washington. Josh Doxson, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
The return man is Grant. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if there's got to be casualties at times, we're trying to win a game.
He's going to air one out. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Troy Apke. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. First down, Rudolph. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Here's Rudolph. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Grant. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Now, Barney. Let's go. Gone.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. And it's 3rd and short. The Ravens on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Well, I know we hold off on the halftime update after all. Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. Here comes Grant on the return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On second down, here's Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, Jackson. And incomplete as the screen there unsuccessful. So now fourth down coming up. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, here's Rudolph going up top. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. He's going to look deep down the field. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. That's taken it around the 40. They'll good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. And the Ravens taking the field.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Throwing is Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Grant. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Give him 30 yards there.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a second and goal situation. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it third and goal. Here is Lynch on third and goal. Wiggles free. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And this is back to a 5-point game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
All right, here we go.
They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. And he lost the football. But the Redskins look to get this one back. And indeed they did. It's still Washington football.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Now, Barney.
Geis receives the pitch. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. The Redskins on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Now it's Rudolph. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now Rudolph, his throw incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson, and it's second down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. It's Geis on the counter. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
When we talk about Aqib Talib, technique is not the word that comes to mind, but don't worry about that. This guy anticipates as well as anyone in the league, and he did just that, picking off another pass.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Gone!
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Room to run past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads.
Yeah.
When you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit, he is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. And when he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be
This quarterback now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. That is caught at the 7. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the two-point conversion. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1. You want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right, but he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Now Tucker to add the PAT. Tucker with the extra point, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Spinning away, and now running right through it. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Geis across the 30 to the 31-yard line.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Rudolph looking to throw it. A deep ball for Dotson. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. It's a big play there for the Redskins on 3rd down. 49 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, the spin. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Rudolph throwing on 2nd down. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Paul Richardson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game. So here are the Redskins now, an important 2-point conversion.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Rudolph looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, it's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's taken to the 26. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll hand it down to Geis. And Able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard!
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Tried the hard count, but to no avail.
Trying to do anything to get them to jump off sides and pick up a first down easily. Instead, it goes against them.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Right there in coverage, the veteran Cam Chancellor. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 14. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.
back to throw. This is caught. It's Ryan Graham. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They begin with Henry, and he'll get this up to about the 40. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Again, it's Henry. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8.
Lucky 56.
Jackson to throw. They set up the screen for Henry. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taking it about the 16. Oh, look at that. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot. And,
a crusher there as it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.